everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. By the time you view this video, I will be on a much needed break, but I wanted you to have some content to take advantage of while I'm away. So today we're going to be making a goat's milk and yogurt cold processed soap. Goat's milk is full of skin-loving properties. In particular, it has a lot of alpha hydroxy acids, which are great for gently and mildly exfoliating your skin and revealing a youthful glow. And it's also great for people with sensitive skin. And then the addition of the yogurt is going to give us some probiotics, and it's also going to give your soap a nice moisturizing feel with that extra fat from the yogurt. So this is going to be overall a very luxurious and creamy and beautiful bar. So in this video, I'm going to be going over with you my step-by-step tutorial and a visual process of how I make this soap and explaining to you why we're using the ingredients that we're using. And if you're interested in the full written recipe plus the tutorial, please head on over to my Patreon campaign where you can unlock this recipe for just a small $5 pledge. In fact, you can still unlock all my recipes for just a small $5 pledge. So the link is in the description box. Head on over there, go see what it's all about. All right, let's make some goat's milk soap. All right, I got my goggles on, my long sleeves, and my gloves, and we're ready to go. So the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and weigh out the goat's milk ice cubes. So the way that we're making this today, it's a bit of an advanced technique, is we're gonna mix our lye and our goat's milk together to make a goat's milk and lye solution to mix with our melted down oils. If you are doing this method, it's very, very important that the goat's milk is frozen, because if you just mix the lye straight with goat's milk, your goat's milk is gonna scorch and it's gonna go rancid. So you wanna make sure your goat's milk is frozen if this is the method that you're doing. So I'm gonna show you how that works because again, it is a bit of an advanced technique, mixing the lye with the milk. So we're just gonna go ahead and weigh out the milk. Actually, that was just exactly perfect. I don't know how I managed that. So here's my here's my goat's milk. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and slowly start to add in our lye beads. Now, I have already weighed out this lye, so I know it's the proper amount for this recipe. So we're just going to go ahead, and what you're going to do, as soon as the lye hits the ice cubes, it's going to start to heat up and melt down the goat's milk. So we're just going to pour a little bit over the top and get that melting process started. And then you just kind of want to start giving it a little bit of a stir to get the process going. As you can see, the lye that's gone down to the bottom has indeed started to melt down the ice cubes. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. Just going slow to make sure we're not scorching this lovely goat's milk. Also, it's important to note the goat's milk that I'm using that's the only ingredient in the milk that I bought. It's just organic goat's milk. There's nothing else in it at all. So just make sure when you're buying your goat's milk that you're buying something that's as pure as possible. Just going to keep going in this process until we're all melted down. Okay, so those goat's milk ice cubes are fully melted down and the lye is all dissolved into the goat's milk, and you just want to keep stirring during this process until everything is completely combined and dissolved. and it's still very, very cool to the touch. It's almost at a room temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and add our goat's milk and lye solution to our oils. So today we're using a combination of apricot kernel oil. It's got a nice airy texture to it. It's lightweight, silky feeling. We're using mango butter. We're using olive oil. We're using palm oil to give it some hardness, and also coconut oil for its cleansing properties. We're using grapeseed oil for its antioxidant and emollient properties. So this would be a very luxurious bar of soap. So all we're going to do, now don't worry if your milk starts to put off a little bit of a funny smell in your soap. It will not stay that way. It dissipates. Okay, so what we're going to do is get our stick blender ready. Make sure it's on low. I'm just going to slowly pour my goat's milk and lye into the melted down oils. And then we're going to give it a quick stir, and then we're going to blend it on low. I'm just trying to achieve a very light trace. Just want to bring it to emulsification. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and add in my yogurt. Now I am using plain, organic, whole milk yogurt for this recipe. Also, I picked this up at Trader Joe's along with the goat's milk. So if you have a Trader Joe's next to you, you can find both of these very pure ingredients at Trader Joe's. So I'm adding it into the batch now because I don't want to have to worry about putting it in. I'm going to be dividing the soap up to make two colors, and I don't want to have to worry about getting it evenly dispersed between the two colors. So I'm just going to add it in now. And we're just going to stir to combine. We're going to blend it after I get it stirred in a little bit. And we will be doing some more blending in just a minute, so I'm not totally concerned if we still have some yogurt that's floating around in there. So what we're going to do next is just get a container and we're going to split off the batch. Okay, so into this container, I'm going to pour about half of the soap. We're soaping with 5 pounds today. I'm just eyeballing it. And then in this half, we're going to go ahead and add in a little bit of yellow. I just want this to be a nice light yellow, and I'm using some Yellow Vibrance Mica from Nurture Soap, and it is a very potent yellow, so I'm just going to be adding in a little bit. I've got about 24 ounces of soap in there, and I'm adding about a little less than a teaspoon, I would say. And then into this one, I'm adding in some titanium dioxide dispersed in water. And then I'm going to add in my fragrance so I don't have to do too much blending. So today I'm using the lovely lemon sugar. You guys have seen me use this a lot by Nature's Garden. I considered using Litsea cubeba for its lemony smell, but that smells more, that's an essential oil that would have made this a more natural soap. But it's got a very herbaceous kind of lemon smell to it, which is really nice, but wasn't really what I was going for this soap. I am going for kind of like a lemon meringue type smell. Okay, just scrape down the sides of this container, and then we're going to blend these up, white first and then the yellow. Okay, and now we're ready to go ahead and pour this into our 5-pound soap mold. Now I am using the 5-pound wooden loaf mold with a silicone liner, and this comes from Brambleberry. And I'm just going to go for a really simple kind of a drop swirl. I'm going to try to reserve a little bit of white, I think, for the design at the top. All right, so I'm going to stop right here, and I will bring you back when we're ready to top. We're just going to put some dollops on the top of that just to make it look extra creamy. Okay, we're back to go ahead and finish off the top, and all I've done is I've reserved some of that white, set it aside, and just let it set up to kind of a, maybe like a loose piping consistency. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and top the soap with it, and just make it look like maybe just like blobs of cream. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm putting it on a big spoon, and then I'm just sliding it off and kind of letting it fall down on itself a little bit like that. And then I'm just going to keep going down the soap. Okay, so that's it. And I think I may just sprinkle a little tiny bit of poppy seeds on there to give it some contrast. All right, so I'm just using a little bit of organic poppy seeds, and all I'm gonna do is just try to sprinkle it right across the white part on the top, just to give it a little bit of interest and contrast with that nice white and yellow. And the last thing I do before I set this aside to cure is just go ahead and spritz this down with some 99% rubbing alcohol, just to kind of seal everything in, and we're just preventing soda ash from forming on the top. We just want to keep this nice yellow and white color that we have here. All right, please stay tuned for the cutting. All right, everybody, it's the next day, and we're back to cut the goat's milk and yogurt soap, and it smells wonderful, and it's set up beautifully. Of course, this is my favorite lemon fragrance. Okay. Wow. Gorgeous swirl. And I just love that top. Looks so scrumptious. Okay, I'm going to show you one more, and then I want to give you a lather demo on one of the scraps here. All right, everybody, I wanted to go ahead and give you a quick lather demo here. So I'm using one of the scraps from the bar, and right away, it's an amazing lather. It's very, very conditioning, yet it's giving me nice big bubbles. It's got a very nice and creamy lather. Every time I make a goat's milk and yogurt soap, I wonder why I don't make them more often. It feels absolutely luxurious and conditioning and moisturizing. And it's got a nice creamy lather. Just really, really like it. So it's a beautiful bar of soap. Very, very good for the skin. All right, everybody, that concludes today's video. I hope you really liked this video. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment or question down below, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with a friend. Keep shining. Bye.